Alrighty guys, it is time, as you can see, for the Druid Monkey review. So, one of my favorite towers in BTD 6, and we've actually finished testing it. So let's, I'm excited to go over the results, because it does seem to be quite efficient. Again, as usual, kind of going over all of this, you know, kind of glossing over it and then comparing it to other towers. So let's just start. All right, base druid. So space blacks, group yellows, 9 through 16 for $400. That's a pretty good efficiency. Okay. You get to first tier a little bit. You get a bit more popping power. So Heartthorns does something. I think it adds Pierce, so that makes sense. So 3 to 5 rounds extra for $250. These should actually have 2 digits. There we go. That's easier to see. So yeah. Anyway, still very efficient for first tier. That's good. Heart of Thunder is insane. Heart of Thunder is an absolutely insane T2 upgrade. You go from lead to ceramic, pink to purple, and then plus 19 to 17 rounds for just $1,000. So it just pretty much stays the same efficiency. Even though it like more than doubles the price, it is pretty much the same efficiency, which is absolutely bonkers. Okay, then we've got the third tier. The third tier is the Druid of the Storm, the one that blows back the balloons. Now this one doesn't add a whole lot of popping power, it just kind of pushes them back a little bit, so it's still ceramics, but it does better against the group balloons for some reason, so I guess that's a plus. And then just 4 rounds before losing a life, it still dies to round 38, so knowing that it doubled the price, yeah, its efficiency is starting to go up, but it's not like awful yet. It's just not great. Ball Lightning. Ball Lightning is a really interesting tower. Unfortunately, as you can tell from across the board, sucks against Moab class balloons at all. It just cannot deal with it. Moabs for spaced in group, Moabs, you know, for the rounds, just Moabs, and more Moabs. Yeah, basically, again, doubling that price. Now we're getting into like the almost 200 efficiency territory, which is it's moderate for the 4th tier. It's moderate. It's okay. Superstorm then kicks it up a notch. Superstorm is crazy. BADs for space balloons, OMGs-ish for group balloons. Round 94, all across the board. None of them got past round 94 for roughly $73,000. Yes, it is roughly 10 times more expensive than the 4th tier, but it also gets like really hella far. So it only has an efficiency of like 775, which is really not bad at all. I mean, there are better towers out there for sure, but it's really not that bad for its cost. Middle path. So the 010, that is the Thorn Swarm. So it shoots 8 thorns instead of 5. Goes from blacks to purples, still yellow, group yellows, plus 3 to 5. So exact same thing as the first tier top half. Pretty much. For only $100, it's actually cheaper than going for hard thorns, which makes it more efficient than going for hard thorns. This is actually more efficient than the base tower. This is crazy. Hard Thorn Swarm, man, who knew? Who would have known? Now, Heart of Oak, it really didn't change anything. Okay, still the space purple, still the grouped yellows. It did do better. It did get 2 lives before losing a life, but then it died around 19, which I put 21 because the upgrade does not actually make it worse. So it's only based on RNG, which I kind of don't want to redo the thing over and over and over again just to get it to around 21. So you know, there we go. And it does cost $300, so it kind of does the catch up here. So where the top path is 53.43, this one is 57.38. So it's roughly the same efficiency. 3rd tier is where it really starts to shine. Space ceramics, group ceramics, 38 to 40. massive improvements all around. Wait, compared to the third tier top path, it does better against group balloons, and it gets to higher rounds, and it's way cheaper. $1,400 total. So $600 for dollars for the upgrades. It's like less than half the price of this one, but better at popping power. This guy put him is still as good as the base druid in efficiency, which is insane. An efficiency of 35 for a T3 tower is bonkers. Like, it's literally more efficient to spam the screen with jungle druids than to get a balloon solver. I mean, like, well, kind of. Again, except against like mob class balloons and all, but that's a different story. And if you're doing just pure balloons, this is the way to go, for sure. Now going into fourth tier, it kind of gets capped at Moabs. Again, it really absolutely sucks against Moab class balloons, just like the fourth tier top path. Except this one's like half the price once again. So instead of being an efficiency of 195, this is an efficiency of 97.5. Like almost 100, which for a T4 is good. That's good. That's a good efficiency for a T4. And then we got the top. Sorry, not the top path. The Spirit of the Forest, the middle path, T5. BDs everywhere. Just BDs, more BDs, and all just but B80s. It doesn't get quite as far. Only 87-ish, 92, not 94. But instead of costing $73,000. This is like barely $50,000, so it is more efficient. Let's not forget the fact that it makes money. You know, yeah, it's great, and it's very buffable. That's very good. So efficiency of 550, very solid, love it. But that's even underestimating it, because again, it just doesn't take into account every single thing. It just takes into account his popping power. That's it. Which in itself is already good. But you know, clearly this tower has some good uses, even in chimps. Okay, bottom path. So we go from blacks to yellows to yellows. 1 life before losing a life. 1 round before losing a life. And dies in the same round for $250. Oh, that's not a good efficiency to start with. Wait, it's longer range. I think that's what the upgrade was, right? I think it's like a longer range. This is Heart of Vengeance, so as he loses lives, he gets more attack speed, and he starts with a 10% increase in attack speed. Does better against space balloons, better against group balloons. Same round before losing a life, unfortunately, but does get 6 rounds further before dying for $350. So, a bit less efficient, but nothing too drastic. Third tier, Druid of Wrath. Okay, now this one starts to get interesting, because the Druid of Wrath starts to get a little bit complicated, per se. So he gets attack speed and more attacks balloons, and attack speed from the previous upgrade stuff, and basically, much better against space balloons. Same thing for group balloons. Plus 5 to 9 more rounds, which is good. But it is also almost double the price. So his efficiency goes up a bit. But for a T3, having an efficiency average of about 100 is not that bad. It's really not that bad at all. Fourth tier. Now, fourth tier is that's the Populous Druid. Now, fourth tier and fifth tier is not to their fullest potential, because they can have the Populous stacks up to 5 times that buff each other a decent amount. I don't remember what exactly the buffs are, but they're good buffs. By itself, same thing. The same thing all around for $5,000. So yes, his efficiency does get really bad. Well, pretty bad for T4, but not outrageously awful. Just kind of bad. A little cringeworthy based on the efficiency of the previous tier. And then last but not least, we get the Avatar of Wrath, which adds on top of everything else on the previous upgrades. Also adds the fact that he does more damage the more balloons that are on screen. So yeah, he gets interesting. And man, the differences between the cross paths are enormous. You go from Moab ceramics to BAD from around 100 and BFBs, and from 47 to 63 for the same rough price of $42,000. So yes, the efficiencies vary quite a bit. If I have to give a guess, though, I'd say its efficiency is roughly in the 750s. I'm gonna say that 750 is roughly its average, which is actually more or less the same efficiency as the Superstorm, just doesn't get as far. Again, this is without buffs. So if he has the 5 Populous stack, this guy goes much further, for sure. Now for cross path winners. All right, Superstorm. There really isn't much of a difference at all, and it's more based on your opinion of what you think it should be. But yeah, because they're both basically a tie. Yes, the 502 does get to group BADs and not group ZOMGs. However, it is also $300 more expensive. It's only $4 more. It's only $4 less efficient than the 520, which de-regrows balloons, and is $300 cheaper. So there is not a clear winner in this case. This is pretty evenly matched. It all depends on you and your circumstances. Now, middle path. So Spirit of the Forest, which is the better cross path? Looking at space and group balloons, they all do the same. Rounds, though. Rounds. The 250, the Heart of Thunder Spirit of the Forest, gets to around 92. The other one gets to around 87. Okay, this might be a winner. It is $250 more expensive, but even with that, his efficiency is like $23 more. $23 more efficient, so lower price per round, which is good. This one's a clear winner. If you want to go for the Spirit of the Forest, the 250 cross path is the better way to go, because the first tier of the top path, the Hard Thorns, allows you to pop lead balloons. The vines on the track automatically pop camo balloons. So, as you can imagine, by going with this cross path, the Spirit of the Forest can automatically hit target DDTs with his thorns. Like, it damages the DDTs when they run through it. If you go with the bottom cross path, that is not the case. So, you also save money by not going for, like, an MIB or whatever, which is nice. Bottom path. So the Avatar of Wrath. Now, this, like I said, this one varies wildly. And this one has an insanely clear winner. 205. Hard Thorns, Heart of Thunder. Man, that is just game right there. You go from Zornges to bad 100, and that's like comparing two cross paths. Moabs to BFBs, 49 to 55, both down 63, and the 205 is cheaper. Oh, sorry, no, it's more expensive. Oops, sorry. But it's only $950 more expensive. Efficiency-wise, I mean, the 205 is still much more efficient before losing a life. Because the Heart of Thunder actually does more damage and stacks with the bonuses, with the damage bonuses and speed bonuses and stuff that he gets. While the Thorn Swarm, yeah, it's not a big boost. Oh, the Heart of Thunder goes hard on those balloons. So that is definitely a very, very clear winner. So we get tie, very clear winner, very clear winner. Nice. Now, to wrap this up, let's compare this to other towers. So we get 780, 550, 750. So 780, 550, 750. Okay, so it's less efficient than Dart Monkey. 755, okay. Less efficient than the Boomerang. Less efficient than Bomb Shooter. Alright. Less efficient than Tack Shooter. Gosh, I miss those good old days when everything was like efficiency of 200 and that was good. Uh, oh, it is better than the Ice Monkey, no doubt about it, because of the Super Brittle. Poor Super Brittle. It is more efficient. Oh, actually, it's less efficient than the Glue Gunner, technically. It is less efficient than the Sniper Monkey, less efficient than the Submarine, less efficient than the Buccaneer, more efficient than the Monkey Ace, more efficient than the Heli Pilot. Sorry, I meant less efficient than the Heli Pilot. Less efficient than the Mortar, more efficient than the Dartling Gunner. And then I think he's gonna be more efficient than all of these. More efficient than the Ninja, more efficient than the Alchemist. Where's the Super Monkey? Oh, there's these ones too. Okay. Less efficient than the Wizard, unfortunately, but definitely much more efficient than the Super Monkey. So it's kind of basically what I'm saying right now, from less efficient, more efficient. He's kind of in between. He is more efficient than some, less efficient than some others. He kind of is a middle thing, but I don't know. To me, he's still gonna be a tower that is awesome for me to use. So I'm gonna keep using it. But yeah, that pretty much concludes the Druid Monkey review. I believe we're done with the magic category. So next video, I want to say it's the primary expertise village, but I'm not entirely sure. Whatever it is, if you're interested in this tower testing series stuff, definitely stay tuned for next video. If you have any recommendations for a tower that you want me to test next, then yeah, definitely leave it in the comment section down below, so that we can test that one. Because at this point, out of order, in order, who cares? We're gonna get through all the towers anyway. It all depends on whether you guys want to see a tower, perform first or not. So that being said, before you go, if you are if you're feeling extra generous, if you can hit that subscribe button, that would be really awesome. That way you get notified of upcoming videos. You help support the channel further, such as the fact that, hey, maybe we could do live streaming someday. If enough of you subscribe, we could start live streaming, and then we can do literally whatever thing you guys want me to do for the first live stream. That's pretty much what's gonna be. So I mean, if you're excited for that, then definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you contribute to the 61 other people who have already contributed and are on their way to live streaming possibility, which happens at 100 subscribers. So yeah, if you could do that, that'd be awesome. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day.